right, guys, we're back. We know you've been wondering where we've been this summer, and we cannot wait to share it with you. So we're going to kick off the intro in a minute. We want you to stay till the end of the video because we have an idea of a Cousin Eddie event.
The sun is coming up, are you ready to go? We can take a ride, we can take it slow. Your will is my law, I'ma let you be the boss, 'cause I'll go where you go. I'll take you to a place about to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know.
All right, so we knew this summer was going to be different. Wimberly and Nolan had purchased a house, or signed a contract on a house, not purchased it, and it was going to need a lot of work. So we kind of canceled our plans to go back to Michigan this summer and plan to spend the month of June in Black Mountain right outside of Asheville so that I could work on the house, and then in order for us to get our campsite for free, Becky was going to volunteer at the conference center. Now, the Ridgecrest Conference Center is a huge Christian-based conference center, and they hold conferences anywhere from, it was a Christian motorcycle group conference when we got there, to youth conferences all throughout the summer, and they operate year-round. So that is where Wimberly works, and they always need volunteers. So Becky volunteered for the month of June.
And it was fun. There are all kinds of volunteer opportunities there, but while I was there, the first thing I got to do was work at the Nibble Nook, which is kind of like this little place where they have ice cream and hamburgers and stuff like that. Basically, I just fetched drinks for people. And then I worked in the dining room and got to welcome everybody and help people get to their seats if they needed, someone to carry a tray if they had little ones or whatever. And then I worked at the coffee shop and ended up spending most of the summer actually in the coffee shop. So I got to learn how to make frozen drinks, which were super easy because we had smoothies and frappes, but I also got to learn to make hot drinks and iced drinks. So I could make like a really mean caramel macchiato. I could make lattes, cappuccinos, and stuff like that. And we were amazingly super busy because one of the big things that happens during the summer at Ridgecrest is they have huge camps, which are like anywhere from 1,200 to 1,600 kids at the camps. And those kids like their coffees. And the adults that were with them really liked their coffees. And so I got to meet just tons of people, got to talk to lots of people from all over the country, got to hear a lot of good stories about things that were going on. And I learned some new skills, got out of my comfort zone a little bit, and learned how to do a lot of stuff that I'd never done before, and it was very rewarding. I actually spent 5.5 weeks volunteering.
5.5 weeks, yeah.
And I was really sad to go. I missed my people over there. They were super nice. Everybody took really good care of me. They love having the volunteers at Ridgecrest, and they do nice things for us all the time. And it was a fun way to spend the first part of the summer.
And what all kind of volunteer opportunities do they have?
Well, this year most of the volunteers were doing food service. So they were working in the dining room, working at Nibble Nook, working at Clouds. However, once we got more volunteers coming in July, some of them helped with like housekeeping, especially on days when camp would end and they have to turn all the rooms and stuff like that. Before the huge camp started, like the week before we got there, a lot of the volunteers were helping with like put out flowers, make hanging baskets to go like all over the conference center, because it's a very beautiful place and they want it to look really nice. And so in years past they've had some of the volunteers do groundskeeping, laundry and stuff like that. This year, this is one of the first years post-COVID that they've had a lot more of the volunteers come back.
Right.
And so the most immediate need was to do food service, especially because they were sort of understaffed with food service. So anytime they could get volunteers in there, that just helped out tremendously. So, but it was a fun experience.
It was a good experience.
Yeah.
So after we made our plans for the month of June to be in Black Mountain, Wimberly and Nolan, because of all the things that needed to be done on the house that they had signed a contract on, decided to walk away from the contract. So, what did I do over the summer?
Well, I changed the batteries in the rig and decided to go with two 6-volt golf cart batteries. That will give us a deeper discharge time and more power when we go dry camping. I also serviced our generator. I changed the oil, the spark plug, and even the fuel filter and fuel pump. The most time-consuming job this summer was polishing and waxing the rig, but it was well worth it when I got done.
All right, guys, so today we are headed into Biltmore Estate, the home of George and Edith Vanderbilt. And this is a pretty impressive entrance and driveway and home and everything
grounds.
else.
George Vanderbilt was grandson of famed shipping entrepreneur and industrialist Cornelius the Commodore Vanderbilt. George was born in 1862 on Staten Island. In 1888, George visited Asheville, North Carolina for the first time. Construction began on Biltmore House in 1889, and in 1895, at Christmas, the country retreat George Vanderbilt had spent so long planning is marvelously decorated and full of festivity. Biltmore contains more than 4 acres of floor space, including 35 bedrooms, 43 bathrooms, and 65 fireplaces. In 1898, George marries Edith Dresser in Paris. They honeymoon in Italy, and upon completion of their honeymoon, they return to live at Biltmore. Vanderbilt loved books, and this was his personal library. It also contains the largest fireplace in the mansion at 6 foot by 6 foot. If you look closely behind the mirror, there is a hallway that leads to the quarters of Miss Vanderbilt's lady's maid. This was the mansion's main kitchen, and if you look on the stove, those are the original copper pots used by the staff of the Vanderbilts.
All right, so it does not matter how often we come.
Nope.
It is still impressive when you first see the house.
It is still impressive every time you walk through the doors. And do you know what? It's so exciting. After after today, we have annual passes.
We have
so we can
annual
go as
passes.
many times as we want. And we will still continue to be amazed and awed. And we get to just come and look at the gardens or go to Antler Village or just go for a nice walk.
Well, we're up here enough that the annual passes, and we got them for a deal.
Yeah. Okay. So if you come to Biltmore Estate, they will send you an email after you have been there, offering you a deal on annual passes. Right now, annual passes are $299. Hello. I got ours for $119. So it will pay for itself. Also, if you want to go to Biltmore, get your tickets online, because we paid like $89, I think, for ours. If you go to guest services, it was $114.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So get tickets online. That blew my mind. Like, so expensive. So, but like at $119, 2 visits will pay for it, more than pay for it, which we will definitely do.
Yeah, definitely.
So excited.
That was it. Biltmore Estate.
It rocks.
We also took time on the motorcycle, exploring the beautiful Blueridge Parkway.
Gonna hit the beach in the sunshine, cheap sunglasses looking so right, hitting the streets in my old man Chevrolet, looking for a good time and then some, kick it with my friends in the hot sand. I got a song blasting by the Zach Brown band, yeah. Got a case of cold beer, ain't gonna last long here. I'll pick my friends up at the pier. They're all like kicking it high, kicking it low, making noise like a big truck show. Raising hell is the way to go. Yeah, we're kicking it fast, kicking it slow, bouncing around like a rodeo. Bad girls wanna rock and roll. Yeah, we're kicking it. Getting the buzz around 3 o'clock, tanning in the bed of my big truck, waiting on the right heat on the barbecue. Big old waves and a clear sky, life's good out here, and I wonder why anybody would ever leave this place.
All right, so at the first of the video, I mentioned something about we have an idea. Now, we only have 400 subscribers, so we're not a huge channel. So we're not going to have a meetup. And if we did have a meetup, there would definitely be a purpose to it. So what we would love to do is we're going to be volunteering next summer at Ridgecrest at the beginning of the summer. And we would love to challenge some of our Cousin Eddie family to come and volunteer with us. We're going to be there for 2 weeks. And during that time, there's plenty of time for you to be able to go and spend some time in Asheville and the mountains around Asheville and on the Blueridge Parkway. But the requirements for volunteers is
You have to work about 30 hours a week, and that's about it. I mean, you get a schedule when you get there, and the schedule changes every week. But you get your campsite.
you get your campsite for free. And then you get all your meals in the cafeteria for free.
Any meal that you want to eat in the
Yes.
cafeteria, and they're actually good. You get to eat there for free. And there's there's laundry facilities, and the laundry is free.
They have a private campground that you stay in. It's full hookup. And so that is where you get your campsite for free. It's a 27, 28 space campground.
It's not real big.
And very peaceful. And we were thinking, you know, if we could get a group of us to show up, it would be fun for us to have time spent together. We've been watching each other on videos, but it would also be a way for us to give back. The conference center is in desperate need the month of June for volunteers. And in talking with them and finding out more information, you know, we just thought this would be a great idea to be able to have some RVers coming in from different parts of the nation to be able to give back and do something worthwhile.
Yeah.
And so
you get to do it in Black Mountain, North Carolina, which is gorgeous.
yeah, absolutely.
And in the
gorgeous.
summertime, it's not ridiculously hot. So there's that too.
And we've tried to show you in this video some of the things that there are to do around Asheville, but there is so much more. So what we're going to do, if this is something that you're interested in, we're going to be there regardless. But if this is something you're interested in, you can leave something in the comments below, need more information, or you can message us on Instagram or Facebook, and we will be able to give you all the information you need to be able to sign up to volunteer. Now, I will say this, only one of you has got to volunteer to be able to get the site for free. So if the other one wanted to work on your rig or do some other things, or if you work from your camper, you have the opportunity to do that. But if you do not volunteer, you don't get your meals for free. So we're going to both volunteer next year. We really hope this is something that you'll take into consideration. We tried to push this out early enough so that if you start your summer plans for next year, your travels, that maybe you could include this.
Yeah, we'd love to see it, and it's really fun, and it's a beautiful place.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, and if you like this video, do all the things, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we'll see you guys next time.